The Death Star cafeteria buzzed. Stormtroopers shuffled in line. Officers chatted, excited for roasted nerve. Even Darth Vader stood straighter, anticipating the feast. His black cape flowed behind him like a hungry shadow. It was Thanksgiving, a rare moment of celebration in the Empire. Emperor Palpatine had decreed it a galactic holiday, a chance to reflect on their victories, their power, and eat until they burst. Vader planned to do just that. He reached the dessert section first. Rows of strange alien pastries called to him. Creamy mounds of Jabba-berry tarts, glistening dewback butter cookies, and a towering cake shaped like a TIE fighter. Vader's gloved hand twitched.
Easy, Lord Vader.
A voice crackled from behind his mask. Vader ignored it. That voice, his own, was always hungry, always tempted by the dark side. Of the dessert tray, he snatched a cookie, crumbs scattering on his chest plate.
My lord, remember our meditation this morning? Controlled discipline.
Vader grumbled. He had tried to meditate, he really had, but visions of gravy and mashed space potatoes kept invading his thoughts. He grabbed a tart, maybe just a small one, or 5. The Emperor wouldn't notice a few missing tarts, would he? Besides, Vader deserved a treat. Destroying planets was hungry work. Across the cafeteria, Emperor Palpatine surveyed the scene. He nodded approvingly. Orderly lines, disciplined eating. Then he saw him. Darth Vader, his apprentice, his right hand was hunched over a table, shoveling food into his mask.
Vader!
He boomed, his voice amplified by the Force. Vader flinched, dropping a dollop of mashed space potatoes on his chest plate. He straightened slowly, wiping his mask with a napkin that promptly disintegrated.
My apologies, Master. The Force, it is strong with this feast.
Palpatine narrowed his eyes. He sensed a disturbance. Not in the Force, but in the carefully curated order of his Thanksgiving celebration.
Control yourself, Vader. You are an instrument of fear, not a bottomless pit of gluttony.
Vader looked down at the carnage before him. Empty platters, scattered crumbs. A half-eaten turkey leg still clutched in his hand. He had failed. He had given in to the dark side of the feast. Vader hung his head, shame burning hotter than 1,000 suns. He was the most feared being in the galaxy, yet he couldn't resist a plate of dewback butter cookies. Suddenly a loud crash echoed through the cafeteria. A group of stormtroopers jostling for the last of the gravy had toppled their table. Chaos erupted, food flew, officers shouted. Vader looked at the chaos, then back at Palpatine, a glimmer of hope in his heart. Maybe, just maybe, his own lapse in decorum would be lost in the general mayhem. Palpatine pinched the bridge of his nose. So much for a civilized Thanksgiving.